Welcome everyone, my name is Benny and this is a leg strength building series for beginners, but it could also be used by more advanced practitioners who want to refresh the basics of strength building for yoga poses. So we will start on our back, feet wide and knees in towards each other, hands on your belly. So we begin with some diaphragmatic breathing, just like we did for the core series. So I invite you to close your eyes and simply connect with the feeling of your belly inflating as you breathe in, chest rising, and then exhale, everything falls. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. And as the belly falls, you will feel a slight engagement in your core muscles. Start to now feel the breath as a three-dimensional breath. So sides of the body expanding, back of the body moving towards the ground. And now focus on the feeling of your feet rooting on the ground, the strength of your feet and your legs. And now open your eyes and bring your feet a little closer to each other so that they're hip width apart. Knees pointing straight up. Root down through your feet. And with an inhale, reach the hips up. Little bridge pose. Exhale, lower the hips back down. And now we'll use the arms as well. So we're going to a rolling bridge. With an inhale, reach the arms up as the hips lift up. Arms over the head. Exhale, bring the hips back down. Arms back down by your side. Breath in, lift up. Exhale, lower back down. Last one like this, breath in, lift. And now keep the hips up, and as you exhale, just bring the arms by your side. Keep pushing the hips a little higher, hold for 3. Squeezing the glutes, engaging the hamstrings. 2. And 1. Slowly lower the hips back down. Bring the hands by your side and windshield wipe your knees from side to side. Now grab yourself a book or a yoga block if you haven't got it. A book will do. So yoga block looks like this. And we're going to place the block in between our knees. Squeeze that block between your legs, and that will also engage your pelvic floor, your core, and your inner thighs. So from here, breath in, and breath out, lift back up into that bridge. Try not to let that block slide. Block, book, whatever you're using. Take another breath. Slowly release your legs back down. And take that brick, put it to the side. Hands behind your legs, reach the arms forward, inhale. Exhale, begin to rock backwards and forwards, thinking about what we talked about in that core series. Coming all the way into a seat. And from here, we come onto hands and knees. Spread your fingers wide. Knees underneath the hips. Just a few rounds of cat and cows to warm ourselves up. So as you inhale, open the chest forward, look forward. Exhale, press the ground away, tuck the tailbone under and pull the belly in. Breath in to lengthen. And exhale to round. Last one, breath in. And breath out. Find a neutral position of the spine, a place between the two, and take the right leg behind you now. Point the right toes down, so you make sure that your right hip and your right knee are pointing down, so your hip is squared, not opening like this. We want to build a bit of strength into the outer right hip and right glute. So now place the right toes down, and inhale to prepare. Exhale, use the core to lift that right leg straight up. 1, inhale, exhale, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Keep that right leg lifted, inhale. Exhale, squeeze right knee to right upper arm. So I'll move the other way so you can see what's happening. Right knee to right upper arm. And then bring right knee close to the left, inhale. Exhale, lift that right leg up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This works both outer hips. 5. Stretch the right leg out and then place the right foot down, inner and outer edges. A little bit of a stretch here. Inhale, open the chest, and exhale, you can either stay onto the hands or come down onto the elbows. Take a little break. Back onto the hands if you came down onto the elbows, without shifting the weight all the way to the left. So keep the weight onto both hands equally. See if you can lift that right leg and then send it back up. Inhale, exhale, right knee to nose, and 2 more like this. Breath in and breath out. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull the knee in, and then place right knee next to the left. Take a few big circles with the body, sitting back down towards the heels, coming forward towards the hands. Coordinate your breath and your movement here. And I'll swivel around again to give you a better view of this little flow. Switch the direction of the movement if you haven't done so already. And then come back into that neutral spine. Place the hands firmly on the ground. Straighten the left leg behind you, point the left toes down. Look back and make sure that you can see all your 5 toes pointing down. And then with an inhale here, lift the left leg up, squeezing the left glute. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift for 5, 4, 3, try not to arch your lower back, so your lower back stays the same. 2, it all happens from the glutes. And 1. Keep that left leg lifted, inhale. Exhale, squeeze left knee to the side. And then bring left knee towards right, but keeping the left knee floating off the ground. Breath in. Exhale, lift that left leg towards the left elbow. 1, 2, a lot of strength here through the hips. 3, 4, and 5. And now straighten the left leg as best as you can. Keep the foot off the ground for a moment. And then place the left inner and then outer edge of the left foot down. Breath in, lengthen the spine. Exhale, perhaps come down onto your elbows if that's available to you today. Last breath, wherever you are. And come back down onto the hands. Again, recruiting the strength of both of your hips. Lift that left leg off. Take it back. Breath in. Exhale, knee to nose. 1. Breath in to lengthen. Knee to nose for 2. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, 3. Release left knee, back down. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Lift the knees off the ground and send your hips high, downward facing dog. Then you can take a few moments here to pedal the feet, bending one leg at a time, and then settle in your downward dog of choice. Now as you inhale, take the right leg up. Exhale, right knee to nose. Do your best to step the right foot between the hands. As usual, remember, if it only gets about here, take the right hand, bring it a little further forward. Whether it's graceful or not, it doesn't matter. Lower the back knee down and keep the back toes untucked. When we lower the back knee down, we're just above the kneecap, not right on it like this. So if you find yourself here, you may need to just lift that back knee, shuffle it back. And then bring your hands on top of your front thigh for a low lunge. Pull the front heel towards the back leg here, so the legs are nice and engaged. And then on your next inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, pull the belly in and shift the hips a little further forward. Inhale here again, open the chest. Exhale. Breath in, lengthen. Exhale, hands to heart. Or you can have your hands on front of your thigh to lift, on top of your front thigh, to lift into a high lunge. You may need to reset here. Make sure your feet are into separate lines in high lunge. Reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale, dip the left knee down and up again for 5. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Lower. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, reach up, high lunge. Exhale, hands together. Shift the way forward. Come up to standing with the left knee to your chest. Now from here, keep the left knee to the chest. If that's challenging enough for you, you can bring the hands onto your hips and we're going to work on straightening that leg. So inhale, prepare. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, left knee to chest. Exhale, straighten. And last time, knee to chest. Exhale, straighten that leg and hold it here for 1 breath in and 1 breath out. Bring both feet onto the ground now. Big toes together. Sit back, chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Hands can reach up, or you can keep the hands to heart, whatever is most comfortable for your shoulders. Inhale, reach the arms up, straighten the legs. Exhale, hands to heart. Breath in, reach the arms up again. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold all the way forward and down. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step the feet back into plank. Shift forward as you inhale. Exhale, lower the knees, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Breath in to open. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Take a couple more breaths in downward dog. Inhale, reach that left leg high. Drive the movement through the heel. Exhale, left knee to nose. Round. Press the floor away from you. Create space to step that left foot next to the left thumb. Now lower your back knee down, just above the kneecap. And inhale, reach the arms up. And once again, remember to pull your front heel towards your back leg, which will engage your hamstrings on the left side. And keep the tailbone tucked under. hands to heart or on top of your front thigh. Breathe in to prepare. Exhale, lift to a high lunge. The back heel is still lifted. You can keep a slight bend into your back knee. You can keep the hands to heart or reach them up towards the ceiling. Breath in. Breath out, dip the right knee down. 5, 4, slow and controlled. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, hands to heart again. Breathe in, lean forward towards the left leg. Exhale, spring up, right knee to chest. Now hold it here a moment to find your balance. And then hands onto your hips. And we begin to kick that right leg forward. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, right knee in. Exhale, straighten as best as you can. Last time, this is a killer. Exhale, straighten. Hold it for one breath only. And now step the right foot next to the left. Find your chair pose this time. Take that book, break, whatever you've got again. And find that chair, squeezing the block between our knees. So sit back and hold for 5. Squeeze your glutes. 4, pull the belly in. 3, open the chest. 2, and 1, straighten the legs, hands to heart, and we can take that block to the side. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Breath in, lengthen. Exhale, hands down, step the feet back into plank. And shift the weight forward. Bend the elbows, chaturanga. Maybe you can draw without the knees off the ground at this stage. Make sure that if you do, you lower in one straight line. Breath in to open. Exhale, back. Downward facing dog. Take another breath here. Full breath out. And this time, tiptoe the feet on the outside of your hands, toes pointing out, bend into the knees, find your squat. Now your bum might not go as low as that, you might stay a little higher, or your heels may be lifted. Whichever version you've got, make sure there is no pain in your knees. Palms of the hands are pressing into each other and you're pushing the knees away with your elbows. A little stretch for the inner thighs here. And now reach the arms forward, lift your bum. Take a full breath in here. Breath out, begin to rise up nice and slow, keeping the knees wide. Hands to heart. Bring the feet hip width apart. Inhale. Reach the arms up. Bring the left knee to the chest again. Exhale, a little kick forward. Just this once, I promise. Inhale, left knee to chest again. Exhale, bend the standing leg. Step left foot back. Warrior 1. Bend into the right knee. Inhale. Exhale, bend your right knee a little deeper. Open the chest, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Transition to warrior 2. So left foot to 90. Front heel aligned with the back heel. Arms reach away from each other. Gaze towards your right fingertips. Shoulders relaxed. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Point the right toes up as the arms reach up. Exhale, back to warrior 2, bending the right knee. Inhale, up. Exhale, bend into the right knee again. Last time, breath in. Breath out, warrior two. And another full breath in here. Full breath out. Hands onto hips, now straighten the legs. Point both heels in and toes out. And we're coming into a goddess pose. Hands onto knees first. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, press the left hand on the inside of the left knee and twist towards your right shoulder, looking up. Breath in, lengthen the spine again. Exhale, look towards the other side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands to heart. Stay here for another breath. Exhale. And now straighten your legs. We're going to reverse this sequence. So right toes pointing to the side, right foot to a 90 degree, left knee bends, arms reaching away from each other. Look towards the left fingertips, warrior two. And now as you inhale next, reach the arms up, straighten left leg, lift the left toes. Exhale, sink a little deeper into your left knee, warrior two. Breath in, lift. Palms overhead, touching. Exhale, bend again. Last breath in here. Exhale, warrior two. And take another full breath in. Full breath out. Now take your right hand by your right hip. Switch the hips so they're facing forward, stepping the back foot to 45 for warrior one. Inhale. And exhale, sink a little deeper. You can readjust on the mat, and yes, we are facing the back of your mat. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, hands to hips, right knee to chest. Straighten the right leg. Bend the right knee. And step the feet wide again. Heels in, toes out. Last little bit of effort. Bend your knees. Maybe lift your heels. This is an option. You don't have to take it, but you can try. Release your heels back down. Inhale, stretch your legs to straight. Reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart as we sink a little deeper. Breath in, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart as we sink into our goddess. And this time you can bring the hands around your ankles, widening the knees, you pushing the elbows into the inner thighs. If this is too much for you, you can stay a little higher with the elbows on top of your knees. Straighten your legs. And now we're going into the same pose but on the mat. This is called frog. So bend your knees, bring the hands in front of your mat, and we're going to shift the feet back so that we can place the inner knees on the ground. Now, your knees might not go as wide as this, they might stay a little bit further in. Just make sure that your shins are parallel to each other. You may want to put a cushion under your knees or just flip the mat like this so you can place your knees on a padded surface. So whichever your range is, the more you shift forward with your body, the easier it gets. And then you can come down onto the elbows. Stretching the inner thighs now after working them. So take the last 3 breaths. Come back onto your hands, slowly bring the knees in and bring the big toes together. So you're in this kind of position. Stretch the arms forward for wild leg child's pose. And now rise up onto the hands. Come onto your bum, facing the left side of your mat. We're going to bring the right shin parallel with the top edge of your mat, and the left shin parallel with the outside edge of your mat. So there is a 90-degree between your thighs and your calves. Now already here, when you push the right knee down, if you've done my hip mobility series for beginners, this will be familiar to you. If you already press the right knee down, you'll feel that the right outer hip engages and slightly lengthens. To have a little more, you can then bring the hands forward and come down onto the elbows perhaps. And this will stretch the inner thigh on the left side, outer thigh on the right. And if you want a longer class after this, you can go and check out one of my hip mobility series and attach that at the end of this class. Lift up, bring your hands behind you and simply try to switch your legs so that you're facing the back of the room. Left shin parallel with the back edge of the mat and right shin parallel with the side edge of the mat. Just check how this feels in your body on this side. If those don't feel good, you can always put a cushion or one of the blocks underneath your left hip. Breath in to lengthen first. Exhale, bring the hands over the left shin and maybe come all the way down onto the elbows. Come back onto the hands, lift up, swivel around to face the front of your mat and lower yourself all the way back down. We're going into a supine pigeon to stretch if you've got time, and you know full pigeon, you can also go into that variation. We're going to take the right thigh or right ankle over the left thigh. If this is enough for you, you stay here. If not, bring the legs in towards you. Thread the arms underneath the gap of the right that you've created with your legs. And grab the back of the left thigh. Pull them in, and at the same time press the right knee away from you to slightly engage through the right outer hip muscles. Release the left foot back down, right foot back down, and switch sides. Oh, there's an alarm going off. Press the left knee away from you, bring the legs in. And feel that stretch on the left outer thigh. Press the left knee away from you. Release the right foot down and tangle your legs, feet wide. A quick windshield wiping of the knees from side to side. And then hug your knees in towards your chest, rock side to side a moment to massage and lengthen your lower back. And when you're ready, release your feet at corners of the mat, arms wide. And let go of your breath, slowly relaxing, letting go, feeling the heat and the warmth you've created in your legs, in your hips, and appreciating and taking in every sensation, every feeling in your body. Take your time in Shavasana. So if you'd like to stay longer, just pause the video. When you're ready to come out, simply take some movements, bring movement back into the body. Stretch your arms over your head, big breath in. And exhale, squeeze your knees into your chest once again. And making your way up to seat. With your spine nice and tall, take a moment to notice the difference you feel in your body at the end of this practice. And place the palms of the hands together at heart center, thanking yourself and your body for this time you've taken to practice. Thanks for joining me today. Namaste.